All right, we live. All right, hallelujah. Hallelujah. All praises be to the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, because truly his mercy endure forever. So we're here at Wednesday Wisdom, right? Wednesday Wisdom class. We're going to bring out the scriptures on love concerning Mark 12 and 29, Hamashiach Yahushai, what he was expressing to the children of Israel. Also, we're going to touch on the issue at hand, where it mentioned about the black Hebrew Israelites. This couple was a part of our nation and part of one of our schools of learning, and said that they went out and they had a shootout with the police, and they went into some kosher restaurant and shot up a couple of people and this, that, and the other, whole bunch of foolishness. We know as Israelites that is not the will of Yah, that we should go and put a gun in our hand, go around killing the other nations, right? So, but we're going to start out with Colossians 3, verse 17. Let's open up the word of Yah, and let's get a little bit of understanding. It's going to address this a little bit, and then we're going to go into our topic, because we're not going to let, Esau, take us off our topic. Okay? So,
the book of Colossians, chapter 3 and verse 17.
Right.
And whatsoever ye do in word or deed,
right,
do all in the name of Hamashiach Yahushai, giving thanks to God and the Father by him.
Right. So everything we do, right, we do all in the name of Hamashiach Yahushai. Right? A lot of our people call him Jesus Christ, who came and died for the nation of Israel. We do all that we can do. Right? So let's start out with addressing this issue, saying that, we went as Israelites, black Israelites, that we're going into supermarkets and we shooting. Next thing you know, they're going to be talking about that we have weapons of mass destruction. Right? So that is not the will of Yah, that we should behave like that. Okay? So they could not be a part of our group, right? We have to separate them, right, from us. So let's start out with the book of Isaiah, chapter 8, verse 20. The book of Isaiah, chapter 8, verse 20. Let's get the book of Isaiah, chapter 8, and verse 20.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 8 and verse 20.
Right.
To the law and to the testimony.
Turn it up, Prakash. Say it again. Yeah.
To the law and to the testimony.
Right.
If they speak not according to this word,
right, it
is because there is no light in them.
Right. So the Bible says from the law and to the testimony, right? If these brothers that stand before you is not teaching from the law and from the testimony, that means what? There is no light in us. We're out here bringing the light to you, right? And the light is the law and the statute commandments that the Most High has given to the children of Israel and Israel only. Let's go to the law. Give me Exodus first. Let's start at the 10 Commandments. Exodus 20. Give me the book of Exodus, chapter 20. And I believe it might be 16.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20.
You want 13 or 16?
I want 13.
Verse 13.
Read that, yeah.
Thou shalt not kill.
Thou shalt not what?
Thou shalt not kill.
Now in the Bible, it says thou shalt not kill. But when we read in the Hebrew, it says thou shalt not murder. As Israelites, we ought not to murder, right? So it's another thing if we're at war. If the Most High sent us out to war, then we have to go out there. We may commit we're going to do some killing, right? Because we have some people coming against us that want to destroy our nation. We got to fight for our life. So there's a time and a place for everything, right? So in the Bible, it says thou shalt not murder. So to blame that and say it was the black Hebrew Israelites that we went out and shot up some kosher place, right? That we're against these so-called Jews, right? We are against them, but we're not starting a war against them. That's not the will of Yah that we start a war. The war starts with the Most High, right? He said, wait upon me until I rise up to the prey. We're going to get that in a minute. But first, let's give me Numbers chapter 35, right? And verse 16. Let's get the law on that. Give me the book of Numbers. We're not going to stay too long on this topic. But this is an abomination. But this is what the so-called, see, this is why as Israelites, right, we go out and you see us teaching on the street and we call the white man a devil. You know why we call him the devil? Because he's a deceiver. He went out and deceived the nations. Now he's going out there saying, he wrote in the post, these guys were a part of the black Hebrew Israelite hate group. They are not a part of the black Hebrew Israelite hate group. I don't know what group they're a part of, but they're not a part of the righteous. The righteous don't go out and commit murders. What are you going to say?
It's funny to me how they always make it a priority to put black before Hebrew Israelite.
Exactly, because they're trying to say that if you're an Israelite, that you can only be white. That's why they're saying that. They're not saying it because they, like pointing out our color. They are saying that because they're saying, inadvertently, that if you're an Israelite, you can only be white. And if you're a black Israelite, then you're a hate group. Then you are something that hate everything or hate other nations all over this world. But let me show you something real quick.
Bring it out.
Hold on. I'm going to bring it out. Hold on. What did I call? Numbers 35 and 16, right?
Time.
All right. So go ahead and start reading that.
The book of Numbers, chapter 35 and verse 16.
Read.
And if he smite him with an instrument of iron.
So now if you smite your neighbor, right, your fellow Israelite, right, with a piece of iron, read.
So that he die.
So that he what?
So that he die.
So if you smite him that he die, read.
He is a murderer.
He's a what?
He is a murderer.
Right. So you call us black, he commit murder. We don't need to go out there and kill you because why? The Most High is killing you. See, something like this. You see this right here? This book, Arthur Koestler, he wrote this book called The 13th Tribe. You know what he said? The only way the so-called white man could be a Hebrew Israelite if the Most High created a 13th tribe. So don't get mad and call us black Hebrew Israelites. Just call us Hebrew Israelites because we are all different shades of brown. We are not black. Black is a color. Black is the color of shoes. Black is the color of somebody's pants or a shirt. Black is the color of a crayon, but not a people. You've been calling us black for too long, right? And some of our people are even blacked out of their mind. But we are far from being black. We are all different shades of brown, and we are from the nation of Israel. Read on.
Verse 16.
Right?
He is a murderer, and the murderer shall surely be put to death.
Right. So the Most High told us that if we become murderers, right, we shall surely be put to death. That's why you see our people in the hood, we murder each other, and what happened? We wound up getting killed ourselves. They done killed Junior, then Junior get killed. Right? Because these laws were given to the children of Israel, you so-called blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians. We make up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Read.
Verse 17.
Read.
And if he smite him with a throwing stone, Salakia, and if he smite him with throwing a stone, wherewith he may die, and he die.
Right.
He is a murderer.
Right. Read on.
The murderer shall surely be put to death.
Read.
Or if he smite him with a hand weapon of wood, wherewith he may die, and he die. He is a murderer. The murderer shall surely be put to death.
Right. So the Most High is telling us, we Hebrew Israelites, we believe in the whole Bible, from Genesis to Revelation. Right? The foundation of our understanding is Torah. The foundation of the Hebrew Israelites that you see on the street, the foundation of our understanding is Torah. So for us to go into a store and shoot up a bunch of people, that would be against Torah. We are not a part of those people that did that work, that evil work. Right? Read.
Verse 19.
Wait.
The revenger of blood himself shall slay the murderer.
Right. In our law, the revenger of that person, the one who commit the murder, the revenger is supposed to deal with the person that did the murder. He's supposed to be first to lay hands on him. That's in the law. That's Torah. Any Israelite know that if he went into say any kind of store or carry something to the Most High, is going to judge him on that. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Read.
When he meeteth him, he shall slay him.
Right. Read on.
But if he thrust him with hatred,
right, you thrust him with hatred. Read.
Or hurl at him by laying of weight that he die.
Right, you laying away, you premeditated, you plan to kill him. Read.
Or an enmity, smite him with his hand that he die.
Right.
He that smote him shall surely be put to death.
You do that wickedness, you're going to be put to death. Thus saith the Most High. Read.
For he is a murderer.
For he's a what?
For he is a murderer.
Right. He is a murderer. And once you come and you wake up and realize that you're a Hebrew Israelite, the days of your murdering is over. You will not be murdering anyone. The only thing you'll be killing is the lamb during the Passover. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Read on.
The revenger of blood shall slay the murderer when he meeteth him.
Right. Read.
But if he thrust him suddenly without enmity, or have cast upon him anything without laying of weight, or with any stone wherewith a man may die, seeing him not,
right,
and cast it upon him that he may die, and was not his enemy,
right,
neither saw him harm.
Mm-hmm.
Then the congregation shall judge between the slayer,
right,
and the revenger of blood.
Right. According to what?
According to those judgments.
Right. So if I'm out there, I'm cutting down a tree, right, with the axe, and all of a sudden I go to swing at the tree and I pull back off the tree because it got stuck. The axe got stuck on the tree. The axe come off the stick, and then bust somebody in their head and kill them. I didn't have no enemy. I didn't want my neighbor. I didn't mean to kill him. It was an accident. This is a situation on where something may happen. It may be an accident. Or you drive in your car and you may turn a corner somewhere and this guy just stepped out of nowhere and you wind up hitting him. It's an accident. Right? Read.
Verse 25.
So then the congregation shall judge between the slayer and the revenger of blood. So somebody know the revenger will not come after me if the axe came off my stick and killed my neighbor. They got to bring me to the eldership, right? To the congregation and make a decision on what's going to happen. Read on.
And the congregation shall deliver the slayer out of the hand of the revenger of blood.
Right. So they're going to deliver the person with the axe came off and killed the neighbor. They're going to deliver him out of the hand of the revenger. Right? So that way he doesn't go and kill him. This is our law. This is our foundation. This is what the Most High prescribed for us. These are the laws that were given to the children of Israel. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. So-called Haitians, West Indians. You make up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Read.
And the congregation shall restore him to the city of his refuge, whither he was fled. And he shall abide in it unto the death of the high priest, which was anointed with the holy oil. Right. So they decided to take him to the city of refuge. And he needed to stay there throughout not only his life, but the life of the priest that anointed him through this death. Right? Because he didn't mean to kill a man. The axe came off. Read on. Verse 26. But if the slayer shall at any time come without the border, come without the border of the city of his refuge, whither he was fled. Right, read. And the revenger of blood find him without the borders of the city of his refuge, and the revenger of blood kill the slayer. Right. He shall not be guilty of blood.
Right. So now this is a point where, like he said, the axe came off and killed the man. We went to the congregation. They went and did the judgments. They took him to the city of refuge, right? But he decided to be a little froggy. He said, you know what? I don't want to live on the city of refuge. I want to, step out. I want to go back to my family. I want to go back to whoever. He stepped off them borders. The revenger of blood, he got to have him. His blood he will require. This is law that was given unto us. We know this law because according to the Torah, we cannot go out and murder anybody. So to think that you're going to link us to a bunch of people talking about they were black Hebrew Israelites going in somewhere and killing, that's wicked as hell. And that's why we call you the white man, to even write something like that. We are men of peace. We are not men of war. We're going to know when it's time to rise up. He's going to tell us face to face. Right? Read on.
Verse 28. Because he should have remained in the city of his refuge until the death of the high priest.
You see that? The high priest anointed him and told him to stay in the city of refuge. Now, when the high priest passed on, then he can leave. But he decided to leave. Now the revenger of blood is going to deal with him. Read.
But after the death of the high priest,
right,
the slayer shall return into the land of his possession.
Now you can return to the land of your possession. Read on.
So these things shall be for a statute of judgment unto you throughout your generations.
Right.
And
you shall kill what?
Any person.
He's talking about any person. So it doesn't matter if you're an Israelite or it matter if you're another nation. The Most High didn't give you to go out there and kill people. The Most High didn't give you license to sin. Read.
The murderer shall be put to death.
Read.
By the mouth of witnesses, but one witness shall not testify against any person to cause him to die.
Right, because it said more than one witness have to be the witness so they can put you to death. It can't be just one person say, yeah, I saw him do it, and then they just believe that one person. It has to be more than one. Right? Read on.
Moreover, ye shall take no satisfaction for the life of the murderer.
Right. We take no satisfaction because they went inside that kosher supermarket and did some killing. We don't take no satisfaction in that. Right? So they are not a part of the Hebrew Israelite school of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Right?
Which is guilty of death.
Read on.
But he shall be surely put to death. Verse 32. Mm-hmm. And ye shall take no satisfaction for him that is fled to the city of his refuge, that he should come again to dwell in the land until the death of the priest. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land.
Right. So it says blood defiles the land. That's why we didn't do murders, right? Unless we were at war, and then that war is not murder, it's killing, because we have to kill to survive. We have to fight against the oppressor, the one that's coming against us to destroy our nation, right? But this great land that you call America, United Snakes of America, right? This land was founded on blood. You kill my people, the so-called Native American Indian. Right? So, and then you say, like everything is okay. You want to have Thanksgiving. You make a holiday out of killing my people. But you want to link, because they were colored, you think that you can link them with the Israelites. Right? So, read on.
And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
Exactly. So now America, you got the people that took this land, right? And you destroyed this land and destroyed the natives of this land, which is so-called Native American Indian, which is the Gadites, the Reubenites, right? Zebulites, right? The northern tribe. You the one started this killing. So now your blood is going to be called in America. Your blood has got to cleanse this place. Esau, the so-called white man, you got to pay for your atrocities. You think just giving us a black president and giving us Martin Luther King Day off, you think that's something? Or Black Heritage Month, African American Month, February? You think that's giving us something? You're not giving us anything. You're giving us a dog. You're giving us crumbs to fall off the master's table. We don't want it. We don't want no reparation either. The only reparation we want is blood. And that's only through Hamashiach Yahushai. Read on. Finish up in 34.
Verse 34.
Read.
Defile not therefore the land which ye shall inhabit.
Read.
Wherein I dwell. For I, the Most High, dwell among the children of Israel.
Right. The Most High dwell among the children of Israel. He don't need to dwell among the children of murderers. The Most High is not dealing with us committing murder. Right? So drop that. Let's get it out. Let's get it out of the New Testament. Give me 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 15. Give me 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 15. Our people, and then these so-called Christians and Baptist people are going to eat this thing up. You know, they're going to say, "See, these Hebrew Israelites, they're dangerous. They're terrorists. The only terrorists in this great land you call America, under Satan's authority, the only terrorist, right, is the so-called white man." And I didn't say that. That didn't come from me. That came from Don Lemon on CNN. He said the only terrorist is a so-called white man who goes around and shoot up schools, shoot up children, right, to Oklahoma, right, and blew that whole building up and killed all those children. Over like 40 or 50 children died in that thing, maybe more. Timothy McVeigh. We didn't do that. The so-called black men didn't do that. The Hispanic men didn't do that. Timothy McVeigh was a Caucasian. He was from the tribe of Esau. He blew up that thing, right? And many other different terrorist acts that happened on this soil. But you never call it a terrorist. The first thing the so-called white man say is that what? Oh, he had a rough upbringing, right? Something went wrong. He had some mental problems. Yeah, he something is like he had some sort of diseases on medication. That's what make him do it. Like white folks don't commit crimes. What are you gonna say, y'all?
Yeah, Don Lemon said the white man is a terrorist, and he engaged to the white man.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, absolutely. Check this out. This guy. No, I ain't even gonna bring this guy out. Hold on. I ain't even gonna bring that guy out. Give me what's the name?
1 Peter.
Read that 1 Peter. Let's get it out of the New Testament. 1 Peter 4 and 15.
The book of 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 15.
Read that.
But let none of you suffer as a murderer.
None of you do what?
But let none of you suffer as a murderer.
So we get it out of the New Testament. Hamashiach Yahushua said that none of us be a murderer. That's not in our spirit to go around and killing one another. Knowing you're an Israelite, knowing that will be transgression of the law, that the Most High will require your soul if you went and killed another brother for no reason. Read.
Or as a thief, or
right.
as an evildoer.
As a what?
As a thief, or
right.
as an evildoer.
Right. So, but let none of you suffer as a murderer or as a thief. As Israelites, we don't steal. We're not going to Walmart, packing our bags up and running out the door. Right? We pay for our food. Right? And it says, or as an evildoer. As Israelites, Hebrew Israelites, we're not supposed to do evil. That was an evil act. So how can you link them with us? Read.
Or as a busybody in other men's matters.
Right, and don't be a busybody in other men's matters. Check this out, right here. CNN, Don Lemon, doubles down after saying the white men are the biggest terror threat in this country. I didn't say it. One of your anchors said it on CNN, live. He said it. I didn't say that. So you blaming us and calling us terrorists. The real terrorist is you. And you're a liar, as the Bible said you are. Give me now 2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 3. 2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 3. How dare you write that in the Post and write that all over the newspaper and blame the Israelites and then call us black Hebrew Israelites and say we the ones going out there and we got weapons and we killing everybody. No, we're not killing nobody. That's against Torah for a man to grab a weapon and just kill him. The Most High will require his soul. Read that. 2 Corinthians 10 verse 3.
The book of 2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 3.
Read.
For though we walk in the flesh.
So we walk in the flesh. You see us walking. We in the flesh. Read.
We do not war after the flesh.
Right. We do not war after the flesh. We don't need to go out there and get weapons. Why? Why do we need a weapon? For what? No weapon formed against us shall prosper. We don't need no gun. Why would we need guns? Some of our people, we get caught up with the gun thing. We go to the gun range and shoot. There's nothing wrong with doing a little, that's on your off time if that's what you want to do. But I don't see the purpose of a Hebrew Israelite getting an AK-47 or an AR-15 for what? Because when Yahushua come back, them 200,000 angels going to be in the sky and we're going to have spiritual power. We ain't going to need no gun.
Hallelujah.
What do we need a gun for? We don't need no Smith & Wesson. Smith & Wesson was the same people that had us in captivity. I'm not going to use his gun. We don't need his gun. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. Read.
Verse 4.
The weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Meaning that what? We don't need no stinking Smith & Wesson. We don't need it. We don't need it. We got the Most High. We got his son who gave and died for the nation, Hamashiach Yahushua, and we got the angels. 200,000 of them going to flood the sky, and they're going to be on our side. Why would we need a gun? Who can fight against the angels? Who's going to win that battle? Read.
But mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of the strongholds.
To the pulling down of the stronghold. Read.
Casting down imaginations.
Casting down what?
Imaginations.
What?
Imaginations.
Casting down the imaginations. Read.
And every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of the Most High.
Right. So hold on a second. I got a photo on that one. Casting down the imagination. Right. But everything that exalts itself. Right? I'm looking for it. I'm bringing it out. Thought I had it up front, but all right, hold on. It's coming. Read that again.
Verse 5. Casting.
Read that.
Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of the Most High.
Right. That's why they say, look, that we have a book called what? The Encyclopedia of Gods. Over 2,500 deities of the world. We serve the true and living God. The power of Abraham, the power of Isaac, and the power of Jacob. That's the true and living God. Right? They must have befallen me. I don't have them. Right, read on.
Activity.
Read.
Every thought to the obedience of the Most High.
Right.
And having in a readiness to revenge all disobedience.
Right.
When your obedience is fulfilled.
Right. So when your obedience is fulfilled, he said, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of the Most High. That's that Caesar Borgias. I'm looking for that sign. I know I got it. Hold on a second. We're going to get that picture because that is an abomination. Look at here. Maybe I overlooked it. Caesar Borgia. Right. Casting down this imagination, Hebrew Israelites. Like we go around committing murders and shooting up grocery stores with fringes on. So we're gonna run in there with a Mitri on fringes with AK-47. Huh? Do that make sense? Absolutely not. That is not the will of Yah. That is not the will that we should do something like that. That is against Torah. The foundation of Torah is Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. That's the foundation. That's the 5 books of Moses. And those 5 books will tell us that we should not murder. So why are we going out shooting people? Why are you linking us with people of color going around committing wickedness? Not in there? Okay. It must be somewhere lost. All right. Drop that. Give me Proverbs 16 and verse 7. The water. Yeah, it's got to be somewhere. I must have misplaced it somewhere. Listen, man. Let me tell you something. He can sign whatever he want to sign. I mean, we are the Shemitic people, right? Okay? We are part of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Okay? He can sign whatever he want to sign, a president. We still gonna go out there and teach the people who they are, because that is our job as Israelites. We're not gonna grab no guns. We're not gonna get no weapons of mass destruction. We're not gonna go out there and set no bombs nowhere. We're not doing none of that. You know why? Read that. Proverbs 16 verse 7.
The book of Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 7.
Read.
When a man's ways please the Most High,
right. Read.
He maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him.
Right. Just be at peace with him. I got people coming. They come and give me a hug. I dropped them off at my job. All kind of stuff. They want to do everything. Oh, you're the best thing. You're a blessing. Of course I'm a blessing. I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I am a blessing. And you're going to be a blessing to me when I get in power. Last verse on this. Give me Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 8. Give me the book of Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 8. We not blowing up nothing. We ain't got no weapons of mass destruction. Right? We not carrying nothing. All we carrying is our Bible. Best instructions before leaving earth. Right? So those people out there, they want to get their gun and go and shoot and do all kind of wickedness. You go right ahead. That's on you. But as Hebrew Israelites, that is not our duty, that we should arm ourselves and go out there and fight. Why? Because we got to wait for the Most High to tell us to do that. Not no man. No man that's sitting in his seat and teach could tell another man to go out there and shoot somebody. That's wicked as hell. Read that.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 3 and verse 8.
Read.
Therefore, wait ye upon me, saith the Most High.
Right. Most High said, wait upon me, saith the Most High. Read.
Until the day that I rise up to the prey.
To the day that the Most High come and raise up to the prey. To Esau and the other nations. Elam and whoever. Moab, Ammon, you name it. Ham. We're going to wait upon Hamashiach Yahushai. Right? When he flood the sky and sit in his glory. When them 200,000 angels come and flood the sky. We're going to wait upon him. We're not going to get no guns. You ain't got to worry about us. All it is talk. We're going to go out there and talk you to death. We're not going to shoot you to death. We're not going to bomb you to death. We're just going to talk you to death with scriptures. We're going to prove to you that we are the people of the Bible. And that our people need to repent and come back to serve the Most High. Read that again from the top.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 3 and verse 8.
Read.
Therefore, wait ye upon me, saith the Most High.
Read.
Until the day that I rise up to the prey.
Most High said, wait upon, hit upon him. It's not for us to grab guns and go out there and kill and shoot. Read.
For my determination is to gather the nations.
The Most High said he going to gather all the nations. Read.
That I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them mine indignation.
Right. The Most High said he going to get the nations together and he going to pour out his indignation. What is that? His fury, his fire, his destruction. The Most High is going to do it, not us, not right away. Read.
Even all my fierce anger.
Yeah, right. His fierce anger. Read.
For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
Right. The whole earth is going to be catching hell. Is the whole earth catching hell right now? Absolutely not. Is the angels in the sky and Mashiach sitting in his glory? Absolutely not. So why are we getting guns and going out there and shooting people? Because it's not. We're not doing that. We are not a part. We are not affiliated with people that go inside kosher places and shoot up people that are just shopping. We're not affiliated with people that go and bomb the synagogues. We're not affiliated with people that go bomb the Muslim mosques. We're not affiliated with none of these people. We are peaceful people that want to keep talking about love. You talking about, let me 2 John 1 verse 6. What is love? A lot of our people don't even know what love is. They think love is somebody buying them some candy, right? Dude, come and buy some money. You just a man that like to spend your money. That don't make that you love that person. How do you love them? How you love someone? We're gonna go into that. How you love someone is first. Read that.
2 John chapter 1 and verse 6.
Read.
And this is love.
And this is what?
And this is love
of Yah. Read.
This is the commandment, that as ye have heard from the beginning.
This is the commandment from the beginning. From the time the Most High created heaven and earth. The sea and all that it is. When he breathed the breath into the nostrils of Adam. And gave him that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. That's love. From the beginning. Mark.
Of Mark chapter 12 and verse 29.
Read.
And how the commandments is.
What's the first of all the commandments is?
Hear, O Israel.
Right.
The Most High our God is our Lord.
Right. So now it says.
So like it's one Lord.
Right. It's one Lord. He said, and it says, and Jesus, and we know in the Hebrew language, there is no J. So we know his name could not be Jesus. So it says, and Yahushua answered him, the first of all commandments is what? Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. So where did Yahushua get that from? Where did he get that from? Because when he was on the scene, this New Testament wasn't even written. So where did he get it from? Check it out. Deuteronomy 6 verse 4. Let's get Deuteronomy chapter 6 verse 4. Yeah, definitely hold that. We're going to go back there. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 4. Right?
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 4.
Right.
Hear, O Israel, the Most High our God is one God.
Right. So the Most High, our power, right, is one Lord, right? He says one Lord or one God there?
One Lord.
Right. One Lord there, right? Yeah. Uh-huh.
This one here, even in the New Testament, Mashiach tells you that. Just like Joel told you that is us only, Israel only.
Mm-hmm.
Mashiach just said that. It might not be in that exact word, but that's what it means. Because he says, hear, O Israel.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not talking to anybody else.
Right.
You know?
Right. So, in the Hebrew, right, we say it all the time, every Shabbat. That is called, in this verse, Deuteronomy 6 and 4, we have a name for it. We call it the Shammai, right? Shammai means to listen, right? So it says, or to hear. So it says right here, and I'm going to say it in Hebrew, Shammai, Yasharallah, Yahweh, Allahayanawa, Yahweh, Akkad. Hear, O Israel, Yahweh is our power, Yahweh is one, Akkad. That's what he's saying in Hebrew. Shammai is written in the New Testament and the Old Testament. So Mashiach Yahushua didn't just pop on the scene in Matthew. I'm the Alpha and and Omega. I was there when the earth was formed, and I'm going to be there and in the glory. When he sit on his throne, judging the 12 tribes of Israel, we will be there with him. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
So that's the Shema. Hear, O Israel, Mark 12 and 29.
The book of Mark, chapter 12 and verse 12, Most High thy God,
Love the Most High thy God, right? Read.
with all thy heart,
With all your heart, read.
and with all thy soul,
Read.
and with all thy mind,
That's a lot of stuff in you to love him. Read.
and with all thy strength.
Read.
This is the first commandment.
Right. So he said, this is the first commandment. Why did he say that? Why did he say this is the first commandment? Because when you look at the 10 commandments, what does it tell you? You shall have no other God before me. Right? So he wants us to love him and only him because he's a jealous power. Right? So hold on. We're going to go back there. You can drop it for right now. We'll go back later for it. Give me 1 John chapter 5 and verse 3. Give me 1 John.
The book of 1 John, chapter 5 and verse 3.
Right.
For this is the love of God.
For this is the love of God. Read.
That we keep his commandments.
That we do what?
That we keep his commandments.
So the love of God is that we keep the commandments of him. Read.
And his commandments are not grievous.
Right. And he said the commandments are not grievous. They're not hard to keep. You're not going to be squinching your eyes. So I'm trying to keep the commandments. You know, you're not going to be grabbing your stomach. I'm trying to keep the commandments. Right? Give me St. John 14 and 15. How do we love God? Brother, this is like your first time coming here. How do you love God? How do you show God that you love him? Because he already loved us. He loved us first before we loved him. How do we show that we love God? Do you know? All right, let's see. Let's get St. John 14 and 15.
The book of St. John, chapter 14 and verse 15.
Read.
If ye love me.
If you love me, do what?
If ye love me,
Read.
keep my commandments.
He said, if you love me, prove it. That's what the Most High is saying. That's what Yahweh Shai is saying. If you love him, then keep his commandments. Prove it. Prove that you love the Most High. Prove that you love Yahweh Shai. Right? Proverbs 8 and 17. Give me the book of Proverbs, chapter 8 and verse 17.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 8 and verse 17. I love them.
You what?
I love them.
So the Most High said, I love them that what?
That love me.
You see that? The Most High said, listen, I love you if you love me. Read.
And those that seek me early shall find me.
Shall do what?
Shall find me.
Right. If you seek the Most High in these last days, you're going to find him. When you start keeping these commandments and having faith in
the book of 1 John chapter 4 and verse 19.
Check that out.
We love him because he first loved us.
Hold on. Let me get there. 1 John chapter 4 and verse 19. Read that again.
We love him because he first loved us.
He said, wait a minute. He said, we love him because what? Because he first loved us. He loved us first. That's deep right there. Let's prove it before we even move further. Hold on 137. And then give me Deuteronomy 7 and 6. And we're going to come back here. We're coming back to 4:19 in a minute. Hold at 4:19. He said, we love him. We love him because he first loved us. The Most High loved us. But we transgressed his law. We wanted to be with the other nations. We want to put on a grass skirt and run around with no clothes on. Right? And worship other gods. Why would you want to worship fake gods when you have the true and living power that's in heaven? And all the gods on the earth, 2,500 gods that's upon this earth, there's only one God. Yahweh is his name. and his son Yahweh Shai. The true and living power that's in heaven. The power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Tell them where you at.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4 and verse 37.
Read that.
And because he loved thy fathers, therefore he chose their seed.
You see that? He said because he loved what? Read that again. I loved our fathers. Read.
Therefore he chose their seed after them.
Right. After Abraham, after Isaac, and after Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel, the Most High said he loved Abraham. Abraham was his friend. He walked with Abraham. He loved our fathers, and he said he chose our seed. Read.
And brought thee out in his sight with his mighty power out of Egypt.
Right. He brought out the mighty power. With his mighty power, he brought us out of Egypt. And it's going to come a point in time, he's going to write in the Third Testament that he brought us out in the land of America and all over the earth. This is going to be the next Exodus. Read the next verse.
Verse 38.
Read.
To drive out nations.
Most High drive out nations. Why do we need to go in a damn supermarket and kill 2 or 3 people? We wait upon the Most High. The Most High going to drive all the nations away from us. Read.
To drive out nations from before thee.
Read.
Greater and mightier.
Right. Greater and mightier. You got the atom bomb. You got the Moab bomb. The mother of all bombs. We don't have no bombs. We don't have no weapons of mass destruction. But at the end of the day, you got all those weapons all you want. We got the main weapon, the Most High. You can throw all those bombs all you want, but you can't beat the Most High. Your arms are too short to box with the Heavenly Father. Right? Read.
Greater and mightier than thou art.
Right.
To bring thee in, to give thee their land for inheritance.
Right. So the Most High, we don't need to grab guns. We don't need to do that. When we went against the Canaanites, what did the Most High do? The Most High sent the hornets. The Most High could deal with the elements. We don't need to grab. I don't understand why Israel need to grab. We don't need to grab no gun. Why we need guns for? The Most High, if he want to take over America, he'll send hornets up in here. Finish all these nations off. While we sitting in the hood in the projects, having barbecuing, we cooking lamb, eating unleavened bread, drinking a wine. Manhattan is full with hornets. And all these other nations are at, where they dwell at, the hornets are coming and attacking them. We don't need that. We don't need no guns. We don't need no weapons of mass destruction. We got the Most High. The Most High can send a tsunami through this place. Clean this place out. He controls the wind, the air, everything. Drop that. Give me Deuteronomy 7, verse 6.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people.
Moses said we are a holy people. Why are we not behaving like a holy people? Read.
Unto the most God thy God. For thou art an holy people unto the Most High thy power. The Most High thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Now, what's the equality in that? None. Because the Most High said that he loved us, right? And we're a special people, and he chosen us, and he put us, and we're going to be above all people on this earth. Meaning what? We're going to be in rulership. We're going to run things. As Benjamin said, we're going to run things. Things don't run we. You know what I mean? We're going to run things all over this earth. We're going to rule, and the nations are going to drool. That's it. Read.
Verse 7.
Read.
The Most High did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because ye were more in number than any people.
Right. We wasn't more in number than any of the other nations. It was more of them than us. Read.
For ye were the fewest of all people.
You see that? We were the fewest of all people, right?
But because the Most High loved you.
Say it again, brother.
But because the Most High loved you.
Say it with conviction, brother.
But because the Most High loved
Because
you.
the Most High loved us. Check that out. You so-called blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians, you make up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. The Most High loved us, read.
And because he would keep his oath, which he has sworn unto your fathers,
Right?
hath the Most High brought you out with a mighty hand,
Right?
and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen,
Read.
from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt.
And it's the same thing you're going to do here in America. We're going to give up our passport. We're going to give up our social security card. We're going to give up our bank account card. We're not going to need none of that when the Most High come back. He's going to redeem us. We're not going to belong to this nation no more. That's why you can't leave this country without a passport. You can't do nothing without a social security card. You belong to this nation. You still part of the cattle. And you crying right now after 400 years, you want reparation. Our reparation is coming from a Mashiach Yahushua.
Hallelujah.
Read on.
Know therefore that the Adonai, thy power, he is the Most High.
Right, he is the power. Don't you know therefore that Yahweh thy power, he is power. Read.
The faithful God, power,
All right.
which keepeth covenant,
Right.
and mercy.
So the Most High, he say what? He keepeth the covenant. So it's a contract between Israel and the Most High. And he say he keeping his word. That he's going to redeem us out of this captivity. Read on.
Which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him.
With them that who?
With them that love him.
Say it again, brother.
With them that love him.
You got to love the Most High. To love him is to keep his commandments. And if you love him, then he's going to bless you wide open. Openly. He's going to open the skies of heaven and bless you. Right?
And keep his commandments.
Keep his commandments for how long?
To 1,000 generations.
No, 50 generations.
To 1,000 generations.
To 10 generations.
To 1,000 generations.
To 100 generations.
To 1,000 generations.
To 1,000 generations. The Most High gonna love us and he's gonna keep his oath for 1,000 generations. We going into the kingdom and the other nations are going in there and they're gonna work for us for free. And they're gonna love it. They're gonna do it with a smile. Just like we're doing it with a smile. Read on.
Verse 9.
Read.
Know therefore, verse 10.
Verse 10.
And repayeth them that hate him.
And repay of them and do what?
And repaireth them that hate him.
Right. Repay of them that hate him. Read.
To their face.
To their what?
To their face.
So a lot of these guys talking about, oh, y'all believe in that God, this invisible God. Oh, y'all dealing with this. I'm dealing with Egyptology. I'm dealing with this. I'm dealing with that. I'm part of the conscious community. I'm down with the Baptist community. I'm down with the Seventh-day Adventist community. Right? You saying you hate the Most High. Because to love him is to keep his commandments. So to hate him is not to keep him. You hate God. Why don't you just come out and say it? Read.
To destroy them, he will not be slack to him that hateth him.
Right. Read.
He will repay him to his face.
Right. To your face, the Most High is going to visit you. Right? That's what he's saying. He's going to bring us to the bond of the covenant. He's going to bring us into the wilderness, and he's going to plead with us where? Face to face. Those that hate him. Those rebels out there. Those that despise the word of the Most High. The Most High is going to deal with you first. Read.
Verse 11. Thou shalt therefore keep the commandments,
right,
and the statutes and the judgments,
read,
which I command thee this day to do them.
To what?
To do them.
So to do them means what? Applying them. You have to apply the law and statute commandments. Read.
Wherefore, if Slack it. Wherefore it shall come to pass,
right?
if ye hearken to these judgments, and keep and do them, that the Most High thy power shall keep unto thee the covenant and the mercy which he sware unto thy fathers.
Right, because we know we're going to fall short of the law of the Most High, right? So he's going to have mercy on us. So the Most High is merciful, he's long-suffering, and very pitiful. The Most High care and love his people that truly want to serve him and love him with sincerity. Read.
And he will love thee.
He will do what?
And he will love thee.
And after he love you because you keeping his commandments, what are he going to do? Read.
And bless thee.
And he's going to bless you. Read.
And multiply thee.
Right. And he's going to multiply thee. You're going to have children. Many children. Read.
He will also bless the fruit of thy womb.
You see that? The fruit of your womb. We're not gonna deal with this autism and things like that people are dealing with on a high level. When 20 years ago, our children wasn't even getting sick like that. Our children wasn't having all these diseases. Read.
And the fruit of thy land, thy corn and thy wine, and thine oil, the increase of thy kin, and the flocks of thy sheep, and the land which he sware unto the fathers to give thee.
Right. So, read it next verse. One more.
Verse 14.
Read.
Thou shalt be blessed above all people.
You see that? At the end, when we keep his commandments, we're going to be blessed above all people. Everybody talking about, I'm so blessed. How you blessed and you don't keep no commandments? How you blessed and you out there shopping on the Sabbath? How you blessed as a woman, you wearing all these tight pants or you stripping on the pole? You talking about I'm blessed because the Most High hit me with $1,500 that night. How you talking about you blessed? You curse because you care not for the Most High. You hate the Most High. And the Most High is going to repay you to your face. Face to face. Finish reading that.
There shall not be male or female barren among you or among your cattle.
Right, so we're going to increase in our cattle. Within ourselves, we're going to multiply. One more verse, and we're going back to 1 John 4:19. Deuteronomy 10, verse 12. We got to know how to love the Most High. We out here talking about, we out here linking us with some people going there doing some killing in some kosher restaurant. We telling our people how to love one another. You linking us with going out there killing somebody. We trying to work on loving one another. We don't give a damn if somebody go out there and kill y'all. Just like y'all don't give a damn if somebody go and kill us. We out here trying to teach love. True love according to the Bible. Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12.
Read.
And now Israel,
read.
What doeth the Most High thy power require thee?
Read.
But to fear the Most High thy power,
Read.
to walk in all his ways,
right,
and to love him.
And to do what?
And to love him.
So we gotta love God. We gotta love the Most High. And he's gonna love us back. And he's gonna bless us if we love him. Why do we need to go out there and kill people? Why do we need to go out there and carry guns when the Most High loved us and only us? Check that out. Read.
And to serve the Most High thy power with all thy heart,
right,
and with all thy soul,
right.
To keep the commandments of the Most High,
to keep the commandments of the Most High,
and his statutes,
right,
which I command thee this day for thy good.
And this is be our good. This is the prescription that the Most High has given us. Why are we not taking our medicine? Because this is what's going to heal us. This word. Serving the Most High, being faithful to the Most High. Now give me 1 John 4:19. Go back there. We gonna say that?
I was gonna say that's why a drunkard is not lawful to be drunk.
Right.
And like the church system is drunk people, they're drunk with the
Read that, 1 John 4:19.
The book of 1 John chapter 4 and verse 19. We love him because he first loved us.
You see that? He chose us. He loved us first. And now we got to prove that we love him. And how do we do that? By keeping his commandments. Read on.
If a man say, I love, but if his brother
and hate his brother, read,
he is a liar.
He's a what?
He is a liar.
Right. If you say you love the Most High and then you hate your brother, you know what? I don't like that brother right there, man. I hate that brother. How can you say you hate your brother? Read.
For he that loveth not his brother whom he have seen,
right?
How can he love the Most High which he have not seen?
How can you love the Most High and you haven't even seen him, but you'll turn around and say you hate your brother? You see him every day. I hate that nigga right there. Call him a nigga. Call him out his name. I hear some of my brothers even say, you know what? I don't like that. I don't like that guy right there. How you gonna say you don't like him and you don't even know him? What kind of spirit is that? That's that old man. We got to kill that old man and kick it with the Lord. That's an old Sheila Wisdom song. We got to kill that old man and kick it with the Most High, man. Give me, I didn't write this one down, but give me 1 John 3.
Hold this.
Hold on. 3. $15.
The book of 1 John chapter 3 and verse 15.
Read.
Whosoever hateth his brother is a murderer.
Again, we're going back to the murder. Whosoever hateth his brother is a murderer. So you, as Israelites, as Hebrew Israelites, we can't even hate each other. Because if we do, we suffer the judgment of being a murderer. And if you are a murderer, we read the scripture earlier, we went into the law. If you kill somebody, right, purposely, like you meant to kill him, it's a life for a life. That's why the Most High say eye for eye, tooth for tooth. Because if you kill somebody you meant to kill him, the Most High said, death shall be you. Right away. Right. Well, this is a spiritual murder right here. Because he's saying, whosoever hated his brother is a murderer. You hate your brother, meaning that what? You hate him in your heart, in your mind, in your spirit. It's almost like if you killed him. So if you hate your brother, check this out. Let me give you a quick scenario. If you hate your brother, right? If you see somebody coming to like jump him or do him some harm, if you hate that dude, you ain't gonna jump in for that dude. You might say, damn, I don't even like him. You know what I mean? I hope they whoop his butt. You know what I mean? I'm going to be nice, say something. I'm not going to really say what we'll say. But, you know, you see somebody going to jump him, you won't even tell him. If you hate him, what you going to tell him for? You don't like him. You hate him. Some cats running to jump him, you're going to look at him and say, oh, yeah, I hope they whoop. There you go. That was a good one. Right to the gut. Oh, that was, get him. Because you hate him. Like our brothers in the hood. We hate each other. So we kill each other, right? A lot of these guys talking about they gangster. These guys is punks, man. They ain't nothing but a bunch of punks. Let me tell you something about being gangster. These guys go around, they shoot at one another, right? They kill one another, right? But they can't go home and sit down and tell their wife they're sleeping with another woman. You're a punk. You're a clown. You out there clowning your friends. You out there shooting people up. You beating your own family up, selling drugs to your family. But here you are, you sleeping with your wife, and when you're not sleeping with her, you got a little shorty on the side that you go and do a little jump off with. You won't even tell your wife, listen, I'm being honest with you. I got a little jump off on the side. This is what I'm doing. Be a man about it. As Tony Braxton say in her song. Just be a man about it. You ain't man enough to tell your right? Like Tony Braxton said, just be a man about it, right? You won't stand up and say, yo, listen, I'm dealing with this woman. So what, woman? You like it? Deal with it or not. But you rather keep a secret and be high and ducking your woman than when she find out she beating the hell out of you, you run out the house halfway naked like a punk. But you'll go out there and grab your gun and shoot one of your brothers. You're a punk. You're a faggot. What kind of mess is that? You ain't gangster. Be a man about it. Stand on your feet. These guys ain't no men. Men keep the commandments of Yah. If a man of Yah is dealing with somebody else or he's going to have a relationship with another woman, he needs to go and sit down and have that talk with his wife and have that counsel. And not run and hide behind other people. Men of the Most High Israelites, we don't do that. We got to be upfront and honest. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Read that again. Guys talking about they gangster. They ain't gangster. These guys is phony. They wanksters, like 50 Cent say. Read.
The book of 1 John, chapter 3 and verse 15.
Read.
Whosoever hateth his brother,
right,
is a murderer.
Right.
And ye know that no murderer hath eternal life abiding in him.
You see that? Because the wages of sin is death, but the gift of the Most High through Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, right? It's a gift of life. It's eternal life. So if we being a murderer, we might be stopping our salvation. So any Hebrew Israelite will know that. Why would he go and shoot up some damn store? That don't make no sense. They're just trying to put the blame on us. They're trying to find a reason to come up in the school and think they're going to bring FBI, ATF, and all these divisions out here. They ain't going to find nothing in here but Bibles and scriptures. Righteous people keeping the commandments. You can do all you want. We have no weapons. We have no weapons. You can forget that. Right. No eternal life abideth in him. Drop that. Give me Leviticus 19. No, first, I'm sorry. Go back to 1 John 4. 4 and 20, 4 and 21. And then give me Leviticus 19 and 17.
The book of 1 John, chapter 4 and verse 20.
Read.
And if a man say, I love God,
right,
and he hateth his brother,
read,
he is a liar.
Right.
For he that loveth not his brother,
right,
whom he have seen, how can he love the Most High, whom he have not seen?
Read on.
And this commandment have we from him,
right,
that he who loveth God love his brother also.
And if you got an issue with your brother, if you got aught with your brother, to admonish him and say, brother, I don't like the way you spoke to me. I don't like what you said to me. I don't like the way you said it to me. You embarrassed me. You offended me. You need to go to that brother and say, this is the situation. This is how I feel. Leviticus 19, verse 17. Drop that. We got to get our love right. Our love is not in the right place. We looking for love in all the wrong places. You think by you throwing a little party somewhere and somebody show up, you showing love. That ain't no love. That's garbage. Our people use that word loosely. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 17. Right.
The book of Leviticus chapter 19 verse 17.
Read.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
You see that? That's a commandment. You can't hate your brother, or you're going to mess up your eternal life. You're going to mess up your salvation. You cannot hate your brother. That's law. The Most High set forth a law. You cannot hate your brother. That is against the will of the Most High. That is against Torah. Read on.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor,
right, and
not suffer sin upon him.
You should not suffer sin upon your brother. If you see your brother going off, you need to say, ha, Shaitan, I rebuke you by I rebuke you in the name of our Lord and Savior, Yahweh. You got to rebuke your brother. You see him going off. You see him going astray, coming off the righteous path. You got to rebuke him. Read.
Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
Hold on a second. Read that again now.
Verse 18.
Read.
Thou shalt not avenge.
Let's look at that for a minute. What does it mean to avenge? What does it mean to avenge? Again? Take your matter in your own hand by for what reason? Right. So somebody did something evil to you, right? And you turn around and say, you know what? I'm gonna pay you back for that foolishness that you did to me.
Because we got resentment.
Go ahead. Tell me the meaning.
It says inflict harm or return for an injury or wrong done to oneself or another.
Right. So let's get a verse on that. Give me 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 15. You're gonna learn one thing. You come to the school of Hebrew Israelites, you're gonna have a lot of scriptures. Right? You got a lot of scriptures to dwell on. We go through these many scriptures to get the true understanding of what the Most High want us to do. Right? So let's get 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 15.
The book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 15.
Read.
See that none render evil for evil.
See that? The Most High told us not to render evil for evil. Because somebody do something evil to you, you don't turn around and say, oh, I'm going to do something evil to him. You turn around and you find out somebody you know had a relationship with your wife. He know that was your wife, and he went and committed adultery with your wife. What you going to do? Turn around and go sleep with his wife? What wickedness is that? The Most High said, see that none render evil for evil unto any man. Read.
But ever follow that which is good.
Follow that which is good. Read.
Both among yourselves,
right,
and to all men.
Right. That we do that to all men. We don't need to be out there transgressing because you see somebody do something evil. Now I'm going to do something back to him. Like tit for tat. That's child's play. One more on that, an avenger. Give me 1 Peter 3 and 9. 1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 9.
The book of 1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 9.
Read.
Not rendering evil for evil, or railing for railing.
Sorry, read, start at verse 8.
Verse 8. Finally, be ye all of one mind.
Right, we got to be all of one mind. Read.
Having compassion one of another.
Right, read.
Love as brethren.
Right, if you love your brethren, you will not go and deal with a man's wife. If you deal with the brother's wife, then you don't love him. Don't do evil for evil. Read.
Be pitiful.
Right.
Be courageous. Not rendering evil for evil.
That's not. Read that again. Be what?
Be courteous. Salakia. Be courteous.
Right. We need to be courteous to each other. Read.
Not rendering evil for evil.
Right. Not rendering evil for evil. Just because somebody do something evil to you, you don't turn around and do it back. You're an Israelite. You're a Hebrew Israelite and you love God. That is not the will of God that we turn around and do evil to one another. Read.
Or railing for railing.
Read.
But contrary-wise.
Right. Contrary-wise.
Blessing, knowing that ye are thereunto called, that ye should inherit a blessing.
Right. We should be blessing one another. Because when we bless our brother, right, the Most High is going to open the heavens and bless us openly. That's showing love to your brother. Not railing for railing, doing evil for evil. Go back to Leviticus 19.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 17.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Get Ecclesiastes 3 verse 1.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3 and verse 1. To everything there is a season.
Right.
And a time to every purpose under the heaven. a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted.
Drop to verse 8.
Verse 8, a time to love and a time to hate.
You see that? It's a time and a place for everything. Right? There's no time for evil. Read.
A time to war.
A time to what?
A time of war.
Right. So it's a time to war. When it's time for us to war, then we're going to go out and we're going to have war. And we're going to fight and we're going to kill. Thus saith the Most High. Because that will be the time for it. Now it's not the time to war. Our war is not a carnal war. We're in a spiritual battle right now. It ain't time to grab the guns and go out there and shoot people. We're not about that as Hebrew Israelites. We're about love. We're about loving our God and loving our people. Thus saith the Most High. Read that.
Verse 8.
Verse 8, right.
A time to love and a time to hate.
Right.
A time of war and a time of peace.
Right. And it's going to be a time of war. We're going to have to go out there and fight. And it's going to be a time of peace. Okay? So go back to Leviticus 19 and 18. Let's finish up with 18 and we're going to get Mark 12 and 29 again. The book of Leviticus. We got to put our love in the right place, man. We're looking for love in all the wrong places. That's the problem with Israel. No, you know, that we still in the hand of our captive. So what they do, they blame everything on us. You know, they blame everything on us. They say it's our problem why all our people are have heart problems and we obese. You the one making a damn Popeye's chicken. You guys working on the slave 12 hours a day. When we get off work, you think we're going to come home and season chicken and put it in the oven and wait 2 hours for it to be done? We want it quick and fast because you got us out there slaving. So the first thing we do, we see the golden arches or we see Popeyes, we go running and get Popeye's chicken. 20 years later, we sit up there having a triple bypass. Why? Because we eating all this processed food. And you're going to say it's our fault. You would think you would want your slave healthier so he can live longer.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 18.
Read that.
Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
You see that? So you can't avenge. You can't render evil for evil. Can't have no grudge. Yeah, guys been having a grudge over scripture. Guys having a grudge over, oh, he stepped on my foot. Or he said something about my hair. My clothes too tight. The brother telling you stuff because he love you. But you gonna hold a grudge for 20 years and later, oh, what happened to you, man? Oh, you know, I left the school because, you know, I liked what you said to me. So I had to go. So now you get in your feelings, you gotta go. Now you got a grudge for 20 years. Something that could have took 20 minutes to solve. We can't have no grudge against one another. Read.
But thou shalt love thy neighbor.
But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Just like you love yourself, you love your body, you love you, you're supposed to love your neighbor. Who is your neighbor? Your fellow Israel. Back to Mark 12 and 29. We got to learn how to love each other. We got to put our love in the right place. We're looking for love in all the wrong places. That's the problem with Israel. We're not worrying about going out there and murdering somebody.
31.
Read.
And the second is like.
So now we're going to the second commandment, right?
Namely this.
The greatest of all the commandments is love the Most High with all thy heart and all thy soul, right?
Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Right.
There is none other commandment greater than these.
See, because when you keep these commandments with loving your neighbor, loving your brother, and loving the Most High, you fulfill all the 600 laws of this Bible. Because the law is all about love. That we love one another. That we become a nation together. That we don't hold grudges. We don't avenge. We don't kill one another. We don't murder each other. We don't devour one another. It's all about the love. But true love, yeah. Not the Not that filthy McNasty love like Burger King give you that nasty Big Mac. Not when somebody give you a hug and the next thing you know they're after your woman. Right? Or they come in your house, sit in your house and talk with you, right? And then turn around and what? Leave your house and go around and tell everybody, yo, you been inside this guy's house? Woo! Woo! You know? And spread gossip and everything. I had somebody came to me the other day and said their closest friend came to, they sent a message to their closest friend. The closest friend screenshot what she said and sent it to the girl that she was talking to me. A lot of our people in the world, they think they know what a friendship is. They wouldn't know a friendship if it was spelled out and it was 10 feet tall and it hit them in the head. They wouldn't know what friendship is. Your friendship got to be governed by the commandments of Yah. Your relationship with your husband and wife got to be governed by the commandments of Yah. Your relationship between the father and the children got to be governed by the commandments of Yah. Everything that we do got to be governed by the commandments of Yah. If it's not, then it's not of Yah. If you got a friend out there in the world, he in the world. I had a friend in the world, like over 35 years. I haven't talked to him in 5 years. He had art with me. Something happened. He ain't like what I said or I did, and that was it. He was done with me. He haven't talked to me since. After 35 years, you stop talking to me? You're not my friend. You're not my friend. Because you was my friend, you'd be sitting in this seat right here. So the second is like namely this: thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. There is none other commandment greater than these. Why is he saying that? Why is the Most High saying this commandment is so great? Let's find out about, hold on, before we get to our neighbor. Let me see about this. Let me get this in the Apocrypha. Get the Apocrypha real quick before I jump to go into your neighbor. Let me look at something. So now, we're going into the neighbor, right? But we still got to love the Most High. We got to love the Most High. We got to love our neighbor. We got to love our brother. We got to love our friends. We got to love our family. We got a lot of love to spread. But all this love has to be governed by the Most High. Give me Sirach 15 and 11.
The book of Sirach, chapter 15 and verse 11.
Read.
Say not thou, it is through the Most High that I fell away.
You can't blame the Most High because you fell off. You can't blame the Most High because you don't come back to the Sabbath day no more. Well, I'm not coming back. Well, I'm doing something. I'm going away. I'm going to take a job that's going to have me working, making a lot of money so I can do more for the nation. A lot of times people say that stuff, they go take some job paying them this big time money. All they do is establish all the things that this world wants. A big house, a big car, a big truck, and a big woman at home, right? And they got big jewelry, everything big. The children big, everything big. They ain't established nothing. They ain't get nothing to the nation. Read.
For thou oughtest not to do the things that he hateth.
The Most High said, don't do the things that I hate. Read.
Say not thou, he hath caused me to err.
Right.
For he hath no need for the sinful man.
The Most High say he have no need for the sinful man. Read.
The Most High hateth all abomination.
No, some abomination.
The Most High hateth all abomination.
A little abomination.
The Most High hateth all abomination.
The Most High said he hates all abominations. Let me get an abomination real quick. Hold on. I got an abomination here. I know I got that. You know I got an abomination. The Most High said that he hateth all abominations. Right? Right? The Most High say he hate all abominations. This, Kadash, make sure you get this on of him. Make sure this is on there. You see it? This is an abomination. Caitlyn Jenner. This is Bruce Jenner, right? Or All-Star, Olympic All-Star. He's on a Wheaties box for over 25 years. Nobody ain't been on the Wheaties box that long. Now he say he's not a man anymore. He's a woman. Don't call him Bruce. Call him Caitlyn.
Call me Caitlyn.
Right. Call me Caitlyn. This is an abomination. The Most High say he hates this. This is wicked as hell. Read.
Verse 13.
All right.
The Most High hateth all abomination, and they that fear the Most High love it not.
Right, and we fear the Most High, and we don't love this. This is an abomination. We don't like it.
Come.
We hate this. And they put it on our children and say, oh, it's okay. He's so courageous for coming out. This is wicked as hell. The Most High gonna lay hands on this man for this foolishness. Read.
Verse 14.
Read.
He himself made man from the beginning,
Right.
and left him in the hand of his counsel.
The Most High left us in the hand of our counsel. Where's our counsel? Right here in our brain. The counsel starts here. Before sin come, we think about the sin before we do it. We don't just run out there and start sinning. We think about it first. Read.
If thou wilt to keep the commandments,
Right.
and to perform acceptable faithfulness,
If you accept the acceptable faithfulness, read.
he hath set fire and water before thee.
Read.
Stretch forth thy hand.
The Most High said, he said, fire, you could burn here, and with water, you'll never thirst again. Yahweh told that woman at the well, with this water, you'll never thirst again. Read.
Before man is life and death.
That's what he's saying in the verse before. Water and fire. Before man is what? Life and death. Read.
And whether him liketh shall be given him.
Read.
For the wisdom of the Most High is great.
The wisdom of the Most High is great, man. What other wisdom? You double masters, you got a doctorate degree, right? But you don't know the so-called blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians make up the 12 tribes of Israel. Read.
And he is mighty in power, and beholdeth all things.
Read.
And his eyes are upon them that fear him.
Right, his eyes are upon them that fear the Most High. Read.
And he knoweth every work of man.
Right, and the Most High knoweth every work of man. Why? Because he said his eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. Read.
He hath commanded no man to do wickedly.
Commanded what?
He hath commanded no man to do wickedly.
The Most High said he commanded no man to do wickedly. Read.
Neither hath he given any man license to sin.
Right, he didn't give no man license to sin. So why is they saying the black Hebrew Israelites went up in a grocery store and shot up some people, some kosher store? The Most High didn't tell us to do that. The Most High didn't give us no license to sin. So why they blaming it on us? That's not the will of Yah that we do that. That's not our spirit. Our spirit is to love God and him continue to bless us until we wake up fully and come back into this word. Come back to him so he can get us out of here. So the Exodus will be out of America. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Go back to Mark. No, you don't need to go back to Mark. We know the second commandment mainly is love thy neighbor as thyself. Let's find out who the neighbor is. Give me Exodus 12:1.
The book of Exodus, chapter 12 and verse 1.
Read that.
And the Most High spake unto Moses and to Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you.
Right. So he's telling Moses to tell him about the month of Abib. Not December 31st. Not January 1st. That is not the new year. The new year is late March, early April. That is the new year. Our people have been lied to. The new year, according to the Bible, is late March, early April. Read on.
Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying,
Read.
in the 10th day of the month they shall take to them every man a lamb,
Right.
according to the house of their fathers,
Right.
a lamb for an house.
Right. When we were in Goshen, we took a lamb, right, for every house. Read.
And if the household be too little for the lamb,
If the household be too little for the lamb, what do?
his neighbor
And his what?
and his neighbor,
You see, let him and his neighbor, read,
next unto his house, take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb.
right. So during the time of the Passover, right, when we were getting out of Egypt, before we left out of Egypt, right, we got the lamb. We cut the lamb. We cooked the lamb that night for the Passover, right? We ate of it. We took the blood, put it on the post of the wall. When the death angel came by, he came past our house, killed all the Egyptians, but didn't kill us. So what? Why did I go here? Because if the household was too small, we shared with our neighbor. Our neighbor is not our neighbor now today. You will take a piece of lamb and go over there and say, I got to share this lamb with you. And the damn Chinese told you, get the hell out of here. What the hell are you doing? Who the hell is this nigga on my damn lawn? They'll call the damn police on you, talking about you sharing some lamb. So the neighbor is talking about your fellow Israelite. Get him. Find neighbor in here. Monitor's out. Stay there. Grab that. Look up neighbor in there. Oh, you got it? Okay. All right. So your neighbor was what? Your fellow Israelite. So now, let's go to the law on this. Let's get Exodus 20 and 16. There's no way I'm going to be able to finish this whole class. I got a ton of scriptures to go to. So this is part 1. Hallelujah. Part 1 of the scriptures. And then I'll pick it up next time when I do the class. So this is part 1. All right. So get Exodus 20 and 16. Read that.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 16. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor.
You see that? So now, as neighbors, you can't bear false witness against your neighbor. But check this out. The so-called white man just bear false witness against us and said those black Hebrew Israelites went inside the that supermarket and killed those people. You bear false witness. You bear false witness. Oh, you got it?
Yeah, I got it too.
Oh, you got it? Oh, you got it too?
You can look at it while you read it.
Okay. We added a compact Bible dictionary. We're going to bring out neighbor, the meaning of it, according to the Bible. Read that.
Neighbor, out of the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary.
Mean?
In the Old Testament, neighbor meant one who lived nearby. A fellow Israelite.
A fellow what?
A fellow Israelite.
Read.
Exodus 20 and 16 through 17.
Mm-hmm.
In the New Testament, a neighbor referred to anyone to whom Christ died.
Right. So anyone to who Christ died. Who did Christ die for?
Israel.
The children of Israel. That's your neighbor. Moab is not your neighbor. He not your neighbor. I don't care if he come over and he cut your grass for you and he do all kind of nice stuff for you. He's still not your neighbor. He's still going to captivity. Thus saith the Most High. Right? So your neighbor is your fellow Israelite. So as an Israelite, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Read 17.
Verse 17.
Read.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house.
Right.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife.
Right.
Nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his donkey, nor anything that is thy neighbor.
That's why he said the second commandment is this: thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Because when you go into the neighbor, it says what? Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Right? You can't say, yo, I like your house, man. You want to sell it? You can't do that. Do I got a for sale sign up there? I don't have a for sale sign. So why are you asking me if I want to sell my house? Hey, you want to sell your car? It looked nice. I like that red BMW. The thing is nice. Okay, you want to sell it? I give you $4,500 for it. No, you can't do that because you have a covetous spirit on you. You covenant your brother's things. It says, "Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife." Definitely not his wife. You can't look at the man's wife and be like, "Damn, you all right, man? That's a nice looking wife you got there. She look good. You sure you still want to be with her? What the hell is that? Right? Do you sure? Kadash, yeah, you got a nice looking wife, Kadash. You still want to be with her? Right? Or you looking to put the stones or to put the stabs on Kadash to get his wife? You know the only way for us to take her, he got to be dead. So maybe I could make him fall on a knife 4 times, and I'll take her. Right? The scripture don't say that. We said we should not be a murderer. We can't kill our brother because we want to get with his wife. You can't covet the man's wife. If you got a nice looking wife, say, "Brother, you know what? You are a blessed brother." What's going on, brother? You got a beautiful wife, man. The Most High has truly blessed you. Not, "Oh yeah, you got a beautiful wife. Can I have her?" No. That's wicked. Read.
Verse 17. Oh, verse 18.
No, read 17.
Verse 17.
Right?
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house.
Right?
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife.
Right?
Nor his manservant, nor his maidservant.
Right. So now this talking about your manservant or your maidservant. So now you may have somebody that do a service for you. Oh man, this guy comes over and cut your grass every week like this. He take care of your grass like that. Yeah, man, this is my lawn guy. And he lives there. I got him a little place in the back, and he comes out. I got 2 acres, you know what I mean? So he comes to cut the grass. He take care of the grass, take care of the horse for me. Oh, listen, man, you want? Can I have him? You can't have my manservant or maidservant, right? That's what the scripture's saying. Nor his ox, nor his donkey. These are things that we use for, ox. He plows the grain and grass and stuff, right? The donkey, we use them to carry things, right? So what? You can't covet my car. You know what I'm saying? You can't covet things, anything that belongs to me, the Most High said. He said, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. That covers everything. That covers the gold chain around your neck, the shirt on your back, your socks. I can't covet. I can't desire to have those things because I'll have a covetous spirit on me. That is against the Most High. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. That's the second greatest commandment. That's very easy. Don't desire something that someone else have. If Kadash got a nice car out there, so what? They say, Kadash, you got a nice car. How can I get one like that? Don't say, Kadash, that's a nice car. You want to sell it? No. A lot of people do that, man. They come here, even anywhere. They see each other. Yo, man, where'd you get that? Oh, man, it's nice. You want to sell it? You see a for sale sign? They do that all the time. Our people don't know. We break the commandments of Yah all the time. We don't even know it. We break the commandments, you know why? Because we don't read the commandments. You have to read and know them. And when you get to know them and read them, then you'll know how not to break them. Right? So now, can't bear false witness, can't covet thy neighbor. Right? Can we kill our neighbor? I mean, we just went into murder, you know. Give me Exodus 21:14. Can we kill our neighbor? Can we put the stabs on him because, hey, I just don't like him. You know what I mean?
The book of Exodus, chapter 21 and verse 14.
Read that.
But if a man come presumptuously upon his neighbor to slay him with guile, thou shalt take him from mine altar, that he may die.
Right, you're gonna die if you plan to kill your neighbor. You looking across the way, you see Kadash over there, you see the brother over there, got a beautiful wife, and say, you know what? When he walk out the door, I'm gonna put the stabs on him, and they're gonna think somebody else did it, I'm gonna use an Egyptian knife, so they think some more Egyptians did it. So they start a war somewhere. You know what I mean? Then when his wife all lonely, I'm gonna go ahead, like this guy, this silly guy Kodak. Remember when he said that? What's wrong with you? Not saying that I was his brother or anything, but just to say something like that, process right now. She just lost her husband. She lost a father to her children, and you gonna talk about I want to go over there and get with her.
He ain't gonna take on no honey right now.
Right. Because he up there what? Looking at everybody's rod. Right? Taking a shower with men. That's his problem. He was hearing the truth. He had a taste of this glorious light. And he turned his back on us. He'll be back. Drop that. So we can't kill our neighbor. Give me 22. Exodus 22.
And 1?
No, and 7.
The book of Exodus, chapter 22 and verse 7.
Read.
If a man shall deliver unto his neighbor money,
right,
or stuff to keep.
So it says money, and then it says or stuff. So the Most High is slick. You know what I mean? He want to make sure he got to say that money or stuff because he know Israel. Israel is petty. They'll come pull out something. Oh, can I do this? Or what about this? Oh, what about that? The Most High said, read it again.
If a man shall deliver unto his neighbor money or stuff,
right,
to keep, and it be stolen,
and it be what?
And it be stolen,
read,
out of the man's house,
read.
If the thief be found, let him pay double.
Right. So if you steal something out of somebody's house and they find out you did it, Most High said you're gonna pay double for it. That's why they say crime don't pay. You go steal a car worth $10,000, now you gotta pay back $20,000. Why do you even steal a car? Be better off just going out and buying one, Read.
Verse 8. If the thief be not found, then the master of the house shall be brought unto the judges to see whether he have put his hand unto his neighbor's goods.
Right. So they want to check and see if you really did it. Going into your neighbor's house. Right? And you can't go right and steal something or have some money and say, yo, or I went over to 7-Eleven, me and Kadash, we out on the mass. We went and robbed the 7-Eleven, then we come back and say, yo, we want to give a donation to the school, $20,000. Yo, where you get this money from? Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Need blood money up in here. Talking about you doing something for the school. That's wicked. The Most High don't accept that. The Most High don't accept that. Read on.
Verse 9. For all manner of trespass, whether it be for ox,
right,
for donkey, for sheep, for raiment,
right,
or for any manner of lost thing, which another challengeth to be his, the cause of both parties shall come before the judges.
Right.
And whom the judges shall condemn, he shall pay double unto his neighbor.
Right. So both of y'all are going to come up there. You're going to go between the judges. They're going to figure this thing out. You're not going to just bring it to another man. The Most High said, listen, we got to come before the council. Read.
Verse 10. If a man deliver unto his neighbor his donkey, Salakia, if a man deliver unto his neighbor a donkey or an ox or a sheep or any beast to keep, and it die or be hurt or driven away, no man seeing it, then shall an oath of the Most High be between them both, that he hath not put his hand unto his neighbor's goods.
Right, put his hand on the neighbor's goods, read.
And the owner of it shall accept thereof, and he shall not make it good.
Right. So you take an ox or something and steal it, and then that joker die, you're responsible. You can't just say, oh man, my bad, like we say right now, my bad. The law is not slack. The Most High is not slack concerning his promise. Right? Drop that. Give me Deuteronomy 27 and 17. 7 and 17. Tell you something about your neighbor. You know what I mean? Laws it is about the neighbor. That's why I said don't covet covet anything that belongs to your neighbor. Anything. That's why that commandment is the greatest commandment. That's what makes it so great, because it covers all the law. You cannot covet nothing that belongs to your brother or your neighbor. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 27 and verse 17.
Read.
Cursed be he that removeth his neighbor's landmark.
Right. Read.
And all the people shall say, Amen.
Right. So curse, you being cursed by the Most High. Be that he that removeth his neighbor's landmark. Meaning that when you have a house, like when you buy a house down here in Florida, I bought a house. You got to pay the guy the survey to come out. And what he'll do, he'll find out where your landmark is, where your land begins and where your land ends. Right? Now here, you buy a house, you ain't getting no acres, you know. So in certain places, you know, you buy a house in the city, you ain't even getting not even a quarter acre. You know what I mean? Your thing is square feet. You might get like 2,500 square feet. You know, including that's including the house and the grass. Right. You ain't getting nothing, and you're paying $200,000 for that madness. So now, the survey will come out and he'll put flags on landmark and say your landmark ends here. Right? The Most High said, "Cursed be the man that moved the landmark." So you know what you do? Your neighbor, let's say if your neighbor is an Israelite, he'll take the landmark. This is your house. He'll move the landmark over here, closer to your house. So now he got more room. You stealing land. Most High said that's a curse. You do that to your neighbor, stealing his landmark. But this is something minute what I'm explaining to you. But we had acres. We ain't talking about taking no 10 feet from somebody. We talking about taking 100 acres and move the landmark and move it over here. You losing like 3, 4, 5, 600 acres because he moved the landmark. Most I say that's a curse. You do that to your neighbor. That's wicked as hell. So it's a lot of things you can't do to your neighbor. You can't be there doing this madness. Moving the landmark, you're going off. Give me drop down to 24, I believe is in the same chapter.
Verse 24. Cursed be he that smiteth his neighbor secretly, and all the people shall say, Amen.
So now, again, I gotta use Kadash. He out over there got the beautiful wife, right? And you say, oh, yeah. So now this time you're going to get him, but you're going to do it secretly. You're going to sneak up. You're going to come in the night when nobody see you. And you're going to have your knife. You know what I mean? And you're going to be creeping. And he going out to take the garbage out. And all of a sudden, boom, you hit some damn stone on top of his head. He fall to his head or something. Right? Secretly kill your brother. You can't do that. You can't do all these things are concerning your neighbor. We gotta love our neighbor as ourselves. Are you gonna kill yourself? So why would you kill your neighbor? Why would we go inside a grocery store and shoot people? I ain't even dare say innocent people. Some people far from innocent. Why would we go in the store and then you relate them to us as Hebrew Israelites? Talking about they're the black Hebrew Israelites. They don't come to no school that belong to us. And if they came in anybody's school, they probably got put out for their foolishness. Because we're not dealing with weapons of mass destruction. We're not dealing with Smith and Wesson. That's garbage. Leviticus 20 and 10. Let's see what else you can't do with your neighbor.
The book of Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 10.
Read.
The man that committeth adultery with another man's wife,
right?
Even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death.
So now we're going into adultery. This is still another law. It's many laws. I can go into a gang of laws. I got scriptures all over here talking about your neighbor. You can't do this stuff to your neighbor, man. That's wicked and evil. You can't commit adultery with your neighbor. Can't do that. Can't sleep with your neighbor's wife. I don't care how good she looks. That's wicked and that's evil. Even the thought of you sleeping with your neighbor's wife is evil. Give me Matthew 5:27. Even the thought of you trying to get with your neighbor like that, your neighbor's wife.
The book of Matthew, chapter 5, and verse 27.
Read that.
Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time.
By them of old time, what?
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
You see that? We just read it. Thou shalt not commit adultery. That's a law. Read.
But I say unto you,
right,
that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her, have committed adultery with her already in his heart.
You see that? You committed adultery already in your heart. If you design to be with this woman that has a husband. You want to be with this woman that has a husband. She has someone already. She's beautiful. Yes, that's nice. She belonged to somebody. That brother's a blessed brother. He got a beautiful wife. That's great. You don't desire to be with her. Not even in your mind. Man, if that guy wasn't around, you shouldn't say stuff like that. The Most High will govern your thoughts, man. We can't say, oh man, if he wasn't around. He's around. So even in your heart, you break the commandments of Yah. We got to come out of that, man. Mount Desire.
1 John chapter 3, verse 11.
We got that. Yeah. We read 3 and 15, but we didn't read 3 and 11, though. 1 John 3 and 11.
The book of 1 John chapter 3 and verse 11. For this is the message that ye heard from the beginning, that we should love one another.
Right. This is the message that we had learned from the beginning, huh? Yeah, I got you.
Not as Cain, who was of the wicked one.
Right, not Cain as a wicked one. What did he do, right?
And slew his brother.
Uh-huh.
And wherefore slew he him?
Right.
Because his own works were evil, and his brother's righteous.
See that? Cain slew his brother because out of envy and jealousy. Because he come and offer his weak offering, right? The Most High want the best offering. Can't come with no fake offering. Can't come with something that you steal and bring to the Most High. Hey, I'm gonna donate I'm gonna donate my TV to the service, to the school. And your TV only one channel work, right? Or now the color has gone out of it, it's black and white now. The Most High don't want that cheap stuff. He want the best offering. Hey, I'm donating a TV to the school. Come, that TV supposed to come out of the box, brand new from the store. Or maybe you haven't used it as much. It's been sitting at the house. You bought it and you decided you didn't want it. You say, you know what? This would be good for the school. It hasn't been used. Don't come bring some broken stuff up in here talking about we can use this. The Most High don't want that. Right? Go back. Matter of fact, hold on for a second. Let me look at this scripture. 1 second. Give me Sirach, the 9th chapter and the 7th verse. Talking about wives, check this out.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 9 and verse 7. Look not round about thee in the streets of the city.
Right.
Neither wander thou in the solitary places thereof.
Right. So don't be them walking down Fort Lauderdale with nothing to do. You down in Fort Lauderdale, you say, I'm going to chill. And you just strolling around. No place to go. Nothing to get into. Just walking up and down. Idle mind. They say idle mind is what? The devil's workshop. Right?
Verse 8. Turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman.
Right. You got to turn your eye from a beautiful woman because you don't know that woman might belong to somebody. You don't know. Right?
For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman.
That's right. Right?
For herewith love is kindled as a fire.
You see that? Herewith what? Love is kindled. What love is this? Lust. It's not the love that we've been reading about in the last 2 hours. This love is lust. Here is kindle a fire with the Most High. Read.
Verse 9. Sit not at all with another man's wife.
I can't take Kadash's wife out for drinks. Read.
Nor sit down with her in thine arms.
Right. You can't be hugged up with a man's wife. Like, where he at? Where? He working hard. You know he worked long hours. I just came over, get you a little wine. I know you like that, I know you like that Chardonnay. I can't go over to the man's house hugging up his wife and drinking Chardonnay. I'll chill here until you come home and maybe me and him might kick it. Right?
And spend not thy money with her at the wine.
Right. Don't be buying her wine all the time. Right?
Lest thine heart incline unto her.
Lest thy heart incline unto her.
And so through thy desire thou.
Read that again.
And so through thy desire thou fall into destruction.
That's what's going to happen. You're going to fall into what? Destruction. What's the destruction? Adultery. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Don't commit adultery with your neighbor's wife. This is what happens when you get with wine. Right? I might have to do another class. I'm telling you, I ain't done yet. But let's get to the meat of some scriptures. Give me Romans. Romans chapter. What I got? 10. I think. Hold on. It might be 30. No, it's 13. Romans 13, verse 8.
The book of Romans, chapter 13, and verse 8.
Read.
Owe no man anything.
Do what?
Owe no man anything.
Read.
But to love one another.
Right.
For he that loveth another hath fulfilled the law.
You see that? That's talking about loving thy neighbor as thyself. He said what? Owe no man anything but to love one another. We got to love one another. How do we show love to each other? By keeping the commandments with each other. When we see each other go off, we rebuke our brother. If we get offended, tell a brother. We get embarrassed, tell a brother. And get over it and move on because we got a lot of stuff ahead of us that we got to deal with. Read.
Verse 9. For this
that loveth another have fulfilled the law. Hold that. Give me Galatians chapter 5 real quick. We get a precept on that. Give me Galatians 5. Why did he say that? He that love another have fulfilled the law. Why did he say that? Hold on a second. 5 and 15.
The book of Galatians, chapter 5 and verse 15.
Salak. 13.
Verse 13.
Read.
For brethren,
right? For brethren, our brothers, read.
Ye have been called unto liberty.
Right.
Only use not liberty for an occasion to the flesh, but by love serve one another.
You see that? The Most High told brethren, ye have been called unto liberty. Listen, we are freely able to keep the commandments of Yah. It's up to us whether we want to do it or not. You see this place here is empty. Right? There's a few of us in here, a few brothers in here, right? This place is supposed to be standing room only. When those bombs start going off, then they're gonna be in here. It's gonna be packed in here, right? So he said, "For brethren, you have been called unto liberty. We've been called freedom to do this work, right? We are free to do this work. Only use not your freedom for the occasion of the flesh. Don't use your freedom to go and sin. Occasion to the flesh, and your flesh is sin, right? But what did he say? But by love, we should serve one another." Read on.
Verse 14.
Read.
For all the law is fulfilled in one word.
Read that again.
For all the law is fulfilled in one word.
You see that, brother? All the law is fulfilled in one word. And what did he say that word is? Read.
Even in this.
Even in this, what?
Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
That's why this is the greatest commandment of all. That's why. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. That is the greatest commandment. Because if we love our neighbor like ourselves, we wouldn't do no harm to our neighbor, just like we wouldn't do no harm to ourselves. Right? Read on.
Verse 15.
Uh-huh.
But if ye bite and devour one another,
right,
take heed ye be not consumed one of another.
Right. If you bite and devour one another, right?
This I say then.
Hold on. He said, but if ye bite and devour one another, what's that talking about? We destroying one another. Right? Take heed that ye be not consumed one to another. That we get to the point where we can't even greet each other. That we destroyed our relationship because we broke the covenant between each other, the love. Right? He told us to do what? Take heed that ye be not consumed one to another. Read.
Verse 16.
Read.
This I say then.
What did he say?
When in the spirit.
Wait, read again.
Walk in the spirit.
What did he say?
Walk in the spirit.
The Most High said, walk in the spirit, not in the flesh. Read.
And ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
Right. You should not fulfill the lust of your flesh. If you're walking in the spirit. Read.
For the flesh lusteth against the spirit.
Right.
And the spirit against the flesh.
See, what you don't understand is that he said, read it again.
Verse 17.
Read.
For the flesh lusteth against the spirit.
The flesh is battle against the spirit. Read.
And the spirit against the flesh.
Read.
And these are contrary.
Right.
The one to the other.
Right. So these things we should not be doing. Our flesh wants what? Our flesh desire the things of this world. What does our spirit desire? To serve the Most High. So now, our spirit wants to desire the Most High on the right-hand side, but then our flesh is pulling on the left-hand side for the things in this world. Oh, I want that. Oh, man, I want that big car. I want that big house. I want a big woman. I want a woman like Megan Thee Stallion. All right? Y'all think I know about that chick, huh? It's a damn demon. A whore on wheels. Right? You desire to have a wife like Megan Thee Stallion, that chick is a dog. Why would you desire to have something like that? When you see her, oh man, she thick. You over there desiring that. But with the right-hand side of you, your spirit wants to serve the Most High. It wants a righteous woman. Nice, neat, dainty, sweet, and quiet. Not loud and proud and in the sun. Out there showing all her business. As Benjamin would say, she bent over his skin out. We desire, our flesh desires a woman like that. But the Most High say, you can't bring a whore to the temple of the Most High. That's not right. You can't bring the price of a whore to the temple of the Most High. Right? So he said, your flesh and your spirit can't have these battles. It's contrary one to the other. Read. So,
And these are contrary the one to the other,
So
that ye cannot do all things that ye would.
right. So now your spirit and your flesh is battling, but what's happening now? It's stopping you from doing the work of the Most High. You got your hand up in the back, huh? I'm sorry, I didn't see you. Monatazak was there. I'm sorry. I didn't see your hand. Not that I didn't see you. Romans 7, verse 15. Let me check it out.
The book of Romans.
Hold on. Start at 14.
The book of Romans, chapter 7 and verse 14.
Right.
For we know that the law is spiritual.
Right. The law of the Most High is spiritual, but what?
But I am carnal and under sin.
Right. Read.
For that which I do, I allow not. For what I would, that do I not. But what I hate, that do I.
Read.
If then I do that which I will not, I consent unto the law. That it is good.
Right. The law that it is good. Read.
Now then, it is no more Salakia. Now then, it is no more I that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me.
Right. So the sin dwells in us. We got to get the sin out. We got to get that flesh, that you and your flesh out of that. Because that flesh and your spirit dwelling together and they battling against each other, that's contrary. That's going to stop you doing the will of the Most High. Read.
For I know that in me, that is, in my flesh,
right,
dwelleth no good thing.
Right. That's in your flesh dwells no good thing. Your flesh desires the things of this world, but your spirit, the kingdom. That's what your spirit wants. Your flesh is what holds you back. Read.
For to will is present with me, but how to perform that which is good, I find not.
Right.
For the good that I would, I do not, but the evil which I would not, that I do.
Right. So drop that. Give me go back to
Galatians.
Right. Go back to Galatians. We're gonna finish it off in there, and then Galatians 5. Where we 16, 17. No, we finished 17.
18.
Read 18. Right.
The book of Galatians, chapter 5 and verse 18.
Read.
But if ye be led of the Spirit, ye are not under the law.
See that? See, if you be led of the Spirit, you're not under the law. What's that talking about? It's talking about that you staying in the Spirit, serving the Most High, and loving your brother. Keeping those two greatest commandments. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. That's the second greatest commandment. And the first one is that thou shalt love the Most High with all your heart and all your soul and all your strength. That's the greatest commandment. If you do those two commandments, you have fulfilled the law of the Most High. He said, but if you be led of the Spirit, you are not under the law. Read. Let's find out what the works of the flesh is. Read.
Verse 19. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these.
Right.
Adultery.
Right.
Fornication. Uncleanliness.
You see that adultery, when a man sleeps with another man's wife, you commit an adultery. He said fornication. That's an unlawful sexual act against the Most High. Uncleanness. You breaking the uncleanness laws. You breaking the laws, or you breaking the uncleanness laws by eating something or dealing with some other nation, right?
Lasciviousness.
Right, lasciviousness. Having some high level of sexual desire, like sleeping with a dog, having sex with rubber dolls, dealing with pornography. That's lasciviousness. That's the lust. That's your flesh, brother. You see that? Now, these are the works of your flesh. This is your flesh. This is what your flesh wants. Read.
Idolatry.
Dealing with another God.
Witchcraft.
Another dealing with another God. Witchcraft. You run around like a witch. We think you genie or bewitch. You gonna snap your fingers, twiddle your nose. Read.
Hatred.
Right.
Variance.
Right.
Emulations.
Right. Emulations. You copying everything that everybody do on the evil side. Read.
Wrath. Strife. Seditions.
Right.
Heresies.
Read.
Envyings.
Right.
Murders.
See, we don't do that because that's the works of the flesh. Read.
Drunkenness.
Brother just brought out about being drunk. Can't be drunk all the time. Read.
Revelings. And such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you
in time past.
That
what?
That they who do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High.
You see that? So if we going into the grocery store and shooting people up, you will not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. So you could not be an Israelite and do something wicked like that. Now we're going to read the fruit of the Spirit. Read on.
But the fruit of the Spirit is love.
There you go. There it is. That's the fruit of the Spirit. We got to learn how to love one another. We think love is some guy come and buy a nice car for a woman, or a woman turn around and buy something nice for a man. That man say, oh yeah, she's showing me love. The fruit of the Spirit is love. This is love right here. Read.
Joy.
Right.
Peace. Long-suffering. Gentleness. Goodness. Faith.
Right.
Meekness. Temperance. Against such there is no law.
You see that? Against such there is no law. So when you apply the fruit of the Spirit, you're not breaking the law and statute commandments. Very simple. And the fruit of the Spirit is love. We're not putting our love in the right places. We're looking for love in all the wrong places. Used to be an old show, used to be on SNL. I know SNL sounds a little different from y'all, but it's Saturday Night Live. Back in the days, Eddie Murphy sung a little country song and said, walking Penub in all the wrong places. That's the way he sung it. But the song is looking for love in all the wrong places. That's what we do. We look for love in all the wrong places. We say, oh, this is love. Oh, this got to be love. Oh, because he does this. Oh, because she does that. Oh, because this, that, and another. No. Love is the keeping of the commandments. Simple. Your commandments, your relationship, the relationship between mother and daughter, got to be governed by the commandments of Yah. Relationship between father and children, got to be governed by the commandments of Yah. Right? Read 24.
Verse 24. And they that are Hamashiachs,
right,
have crucified the flesh with the affections and lust.
Right. And they that are Mashiachim, that's us, right, have crucified the flesh with the affections of lust. We put him on the cross a second time. Knowing that we Israelites, that we're supposed to have the fruit of the Spirit and not the lust of our flesh, envying, jealousy, murderers. We're not supposed to do those things. 25.
Verse 25. If we live in the Spirit,
then right, then what?
Let us also walk in the Spirit.
Let us walk in the Spirit. Let us walk in the Spirit. Why we walk in the Spirit? By doing the fruit of the Spirit. Being joyful, being peaceful, being long-suffering, being gentleness, being goodness, having faith, being meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. When we apply that, then we are part of that love that the Most High wants us to be. We're going to be in that number when the Most High come back. Read, last verse.
Verse 26. Let us not be desirous of vain glory.
Right.
Provoking one another, envying one another.
Right. Let us not be desirous of vain glory. Stop glorifying something that is damn don't even make no sense. That's worthless. Oh yeah, I'm from Haiti, so I'm raising my flag. For what? That flag don't mean nothing. It's worthless. I'm from Jamaica. I'm waving my flag. That flag don't mean nothing. Since when you been wood and water? It's garbage. Go back to Romans. Finish up in there. Romans 13. Read verse 9.
The book of Romans chapter 13 and verse 9. For this, thou shalt not commit adultery.
Right.
Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not steal.
So hold on. So we read, thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not kill. So that word there is murder. Thou shalt not murder. Con. Because we kill a lamb every year. We got to kill to eat. If you want to eat food or dinner, you got to kill your animal to eat. Now we just go to Publix and Walmart. Everything is dead already. Right? Everything is wrapped up. But we have to kill to eat. So it's not talking about killing food. It said thou shalt not murder. Thou shalt not murder. Read.
Thou shalt not murder. Thou shalt not steal.
Right.
Thou shalt not bear false witness. Thou shalt not covet. And if there be any other commandment,
right,
it is briefly comprehend in this saying, namely.
What is he saying? What is he saying? I've summed it all up. Read.
Thou shalt love thy neighbor.
That's the greatest commandment, man. That covers all the law. Between loving the Most High with all your heart and soul and loving thy neighbor. Because when you love your neighbor, the first 4 commandments is loving the Most High. The other 10 commandments out of the other 6 is what? It's about your neighbor. Loving your neighbor as yourself. Read verse 10.
Verse 10. Love worketh no ill toward his neighbor.
You see that? Love worketh no ill towards neighbor. Meaning that if you love your neighbor, you will not do no ill to him. You will not see no harm go to him. If you see 2 brothers going to jump him and he got his back turned, you dropping everything, you running over there and say, yo, watch your back. I got you. You going down with you and your brother. As they say in the school system, no man left behind. Love working no ill to his neighbor. Read.
Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law.
That's it. That's what love is. The fulfilling of the law. We went over many scriptures about love. I don't see how we cannot love one another. We got to be out to talking about, oh, I hate that brother. I just don't like that brother. We got a lot of learning to do. We got a lot of love. We got a lot of learning to do about love. And I'm here to teach you. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
All praise be to the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Because truly his mercy endures forever. Get a most high hand. Hallelujah. 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 Right. So now, who we have on the line? Who we got on the line, Kadash? Who down there? All right, hallelujah. K-Log, all right. Karatazaya, hallelujah, hallelujah. We're going into love tonight. There's not enough love in the world. That's because people don't know how to love. Read. Chosen Israel. What are you going to say?
Yeah, the word love in the ancient Hebrew, the Lashon Kodash, is ahab.
Ahab, all right.
Ahab.
Okay.
Karatazaya told me that.
Yeah,
yes,
Ahab, that's it. We don't know how to apply the Ahab. You know what I mean? Right? I mean, who else? Chosen Israel. Okay. Hallelujah. Shalom. All right. Shalom. All right. Shalom. 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 All right. Let's get it popping.
Let's get it popping. It's the Prophet Zamar.
That's it. Let's get it popping. That's where the love is at. Right. All right, Miss L. Shalom. All right. Shalom. All right. Shalom. All right. Shalom. Shalom. All right. Shalom. All right. Abadan. Shalom. Kashar, all right, sis, you on there. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
All right, shalom. Shalom.
Gladys Francois.
That's right. Hallelujah.
Nutty Montana.
All right, shalom.
Leah Lee.
Okay, shalom. Shalom. We got a lot of people online tonight. All right. Shalom.
Elias Jr.,
Shalom, Junior.
Mr. White,
All right, Mr. White.
Lion Paw,
Lion Paw in the house. Bun yum yum. Bun yashala.
Lioness Heart.
Oh, the lioness heart. Watch out. Shalom. All right. Watch out. Lioness heart is rough, man. Hey, that sounds rough, man. All right.
BJ Brad,
Okay. Shalom.
Aria Bonaparte,
All right. Shalom. Lion.
Truth Be Told,
Truth be told. Shalom.
LaQuad Woods,
Shalom.
Power Israel,
All right. Power Israel. That's right. Hallelujah.
Antoine Donalds.
That's okay. It's all good. It's love, man. We here.
We got Miss L. We got
Okay, yeah.
Burning Zeal.
Burning zeal, man. There's a lot of people online tonight, huh?
We got Treva.
That's right.
And we got Eric Prime of Judah.
Pride of Judah. That's it. That's what I'm talking about.
We got
Magunya Allah. That's right. Banya Hawada. Banya Sha'ala. That's right. Hallelujah. That's right, man. I didn't even finish this class because, I had to do a little addressing that issue, trying to blame the black Hebrew Israelites for running up in some kosher place, like the place is really kosher, right? And doing some killing. They were not a part of the Hebrew Israelites, all right? I can honestly say, because as Hebrew Israelites, we don't go out and commit murder. Con? Because the Bible says, and the Most High says, thou shalt not commit murder. Thou shalt not murder. That's against the law. All right? It's a time and a place to take some lives. But not now, this is not the time. The Mashiach said, wait upon me until I rise up to the prey. When I gather the nations to pour out my indignation, wait upon him to that time. We don't have to do anything. Just like we did in Egypt. When we went into Canaan, the Most High sent the hornets to deal with Canaanites. They ain't know what hit them. A whole swarm came over them. Right? So why are we worrying about some kosher restaurant or some kosher supermarket? Black Hebrew Israelites, we are not. We are Hebrew Israelites. We're all different shades of brown. All right? And with that, we're going to set up the Mashiach Palau. That's the Lord's Prayer and the Lashon Kodash. And we suggest everyone to repeat the Hebrew. Please, Yakwelazak, Manatazak, Ban Loya, Ban Yasha'Allah. Please blow the shofar. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Imadium Wapanya Hakwadam, rise and face the east. Hallelujah.
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 Who's the power?
How's the power?
Who's the power?
How's the power?
By Hashem.
Yahweh Shai.
By Hashem.
Yahweh Shai.
What are we going to do?
Take the kingdom.
What are we going to do?
Take the kingdom.
How?
By Hashem Mashiach Yahweh Shai.
How?
By Hashem Mashiach Yahweh Shai.
How?
By Hashem Mashiach Yahweh Shai.
Hallelujah.
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 All praises be to the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, because truly his mercy endure forever. We want to thank you, Abba Yahweh, for blessing us in these last days, waking us up to this glorious light, Abba Yahweh. Please send the righteous angels to encamp around us, all our families, and those of us that are suffering with sickness. Please send a spirit of healing out there for our brother, our elder brother, Deacon, and our brother, Palapawas, and our brother, who else that's dealing with sickness, our brother, Magunya Allah, Banya Hawad, Banya Sha'Allah. Please send the righteous angels to camp around our brother and all our sisters, my little flower that suffer with any sickness, Abba Yahweh. Please send them righteous angels to camp around them to bring them with the speedy recovery, Abba Yahweh. Please hear our prayer and receive our supplication. Please be with us on our journeys to our destination that we get home safely, Abba Yahweh. Because we know Satan seeking like a roaring lion coming down in these last days, devouring souls, Abba Yahweh. So keep the righteous angels to encamp around us at all times, while Satan seeking who he may devour, knowing that he only to have a short time left. Please hear our prayer and receive our supplication, Abba Yahweh. Our Lord's Prayer, the one Palau. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakwatha, Sabah, Watazaka, Ayah, Aisha, Baharataza, Ka, Hayah, Hashemayim, Latananawa, Lakom, Kayawam, Wasalaknawa, Kabawasnawa, Wasalaknawa, Kabawasinawa, Kabiana, Olasayawan, Abo, Awashinawa, Maran, Kaya, Lakan, Hamalakwa, Wala Allah, Wala Thaiparas, I will love you, Bashum, Amashiach, Yahushai, Tawada, Tanyan, Aman, Hallelujah, Hallelujah, Hallelujah. Mashiach Palau in English. Matthew 6 and 9.
With Matthew chapter 6, verse 9. At this manner therefore pray ye, our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. For if you forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father also forgive you. But forgive men not their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses. Amen.
Get the Most High hand. Hallelujah, hallelujah. For everyone coming out, shalom to everyone online. We'll be back online again Friday evening with the elder going into the history. Shalom.